Hello and welcome to the Swole Initiative Network. You are starting your weekend off the right way with the Fables of Gahlia. Thank you for being here. Look who it is. It's Stacks. He's back. Yes. Before we get going with tonight's show, we're going to run through some amazing brand partners, starting with Stacks.
Nice. Swole only roll with Norse Foundry's amazing gemstone and metal dice. Also, all of our featured music comes from the free library available on Apple Music and Spotify by the one and only Norse Foundry. Use the code SWOLE, SWOLE, to save 10% at norsefoundry.com.
Would be
awesome! I thought you were gonna just go. Do it.
And then I
Do
remembered
it,
I didn't put the command and thing, and then I was like, shit, I need to do that. And then I was like, oh god, it's me.
False start. Oh my god.
Let's go.
Roz is already flexed.
Yes. And now I have that to do. Done.
Oh my god.
The next lovely sponsor that we want to talk about is Griffin Co. We love Griffin Co. And all of our 3D and custom terrain comes from the incredible folks over at Griffin Co. And you can check them out and use the code SWOLE22 to get a whole 22% off of your purchase at griffinco.com. That's almost a quarter off. Go. Open up another tab and buy some shit right now. Ashley, to you.
That's me. I am Ashley, and I am going to say some words now that are about Hero Forge. Our fully custom player minis come from the awesome Hero Forge. Design yours today at heroforge.com.
Ooh, nice.
There it is. So as always, I'm gonna try and be real quick with all of this stuff that I have to tell you about. Stuff from the top. All right. Thank you to all of the subscribers that we currently have. Thank you to the people who have gifted subs. I saw you in the chat and everything. Thank you. Also, to our Prime subscribers as well. Thank you for that. All of our subscriptions go towards giveaway goals that we have one right now at 35. We're just over halfway there. And some would say living on a prayer. So when we reach 35, no matter what stream we're in, we're going to unleash the giveaway, which is a giveaway from one of our good friends at Valorhood that I am currently looking up exactly what they said we could have.
I need to know what smell it is.
Like, for real talk, that's the only, like, shampoo and conditioner that me and Jay use because it's so good. It makes it smell
Me
good.
too.
It makes
It smells so good.
What's your favorite scent, Ashley?
I have the Songweaver.
Oh, that's really good.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's all like orangey.
They're going to do one of their hand-poured candles and a sample pack. So a sample pack of all of their scents. They're all D&D themed scents. They are hair and beard oils because beards are also hair, but you have to say them separately because else men are like, I don't want hair oil. But they have hair on their face that they might want oil for. But so you have to be specific about the fact that it's a beard, else guys have no fucking idea. You fucking idiots. So that's what's available, as well as one of their hand-poured candles, which I believe is in the Rogue Sleuth. I think that's the scent, which is like the coffee scented candle. Yeah, it's really nice. So yes, that is what is available in this giveaway.
Yay.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
Moving on from that. Oh, another flex point. Holy shit.
Let's go.
Everyone's like, they're good in combat. Like,
Are we?
Are we?
maybe I should have a flex point, and
No.
and then I can just drop a combat on you.
Oh, that's
Silence.
actually
Okay.
no. That's, I mean, no.
Get in the comments, guys. Let us know if you want a J flex point. There we go.
Oh, great.
Absolutely be able to
Thanks.
flex J. There we go. See? Other than that, we do have flex points, as we just talked about, which you earn channel points for free just for being here. So you can click that flexing arm at the bottom left-hand corner of the chat window, and you'll get a menu with our wonderful character faces on them. You can select each character once per stream and spend 1,000 of your hard-earned channel points on them. And once 10 people gang up on one player and spend 1,000 each, then they will get a flex point, which means that they basically have like a side door to the rule of cool at DM discretion. So that means that they have to A, make it make sense, B, make it epic, which has led to some amazing moments in game, and it's a really cool way of having you guys participate with us and influence the stream a little bit.
And another one.
Oh my god, and another one!
Holy crap.
And another
Is that
one.
everyone? Everyone
Everyone.
flexed right now?
That's everybody.
Wow.
You guys.
All right.
Am I quiet? I turned my shit up. Am I quiet? I'll turn it quiet. So,
You might
This
want to
is
turn
good.
it up in the mix.
Oh.
Yes.
got it.
Slide it up.
We're gonna probably have a shopping episode because we're all flexed. Just to let you know.
Yes. Waste them. No, just kidding.
Don't do that.
But flex points, yes. Oh, also, if you are a Sinscriber, as we call them, you do have access to a Sinscriber only chat in our Discord, which there will be a link in the chat, I imagine, to join it if you're not already part of it. But also, you get the ability to roll dice along with the crew by putting exclamation point roll. You roll a d20 or exclamation point roll followed by D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and D100 to roll all of those respective dice. So go nuts with it, guys. Yes, I think that's everything. We're gonna be at PAX. We're gonna be at PAX Unplugged. That's only 2 weeks away. I'm running a game in the main theater on Sunday. If you are going to PAX, come and find us. Come and say hi. We'd love to meet you guys and talk nerdy shit.
He said nerdy.
Yeah.
I heard dirty.
I know you did,
Nerdy.
but
Nerdy.
he said nerdy.
Nerdy. Oh, okay.
Ah. All right. Take the mood down.
They all
I'm not having fun anymore.
dirty nerdy. Well, that's a problem.
Dirty nerdy.
Possibly.
Dirty.
Oh, good. We're all stimming.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna interrupt my own vocal stimming to I guess there's nothing else. I don't think there's anything else. Sweet. All right, then let's roll the trailer for the next episode of the Fables of Gahlia. And welcome back. No, I'll leave it. What you guys can't see. Shit. Okay. last time on Fables of Gahlia. Hold up. Okay.
We're fine.
Last time on the Fables of Gahlia. You guys had licked your wounds after pretty much having your asses handed to you by three don't give me that. By three drow assailants looking for Lost. After coming to an agreement that you would be summoned to answer for his crimes at a later date. You headed into the Tattered Flags ship to see what was left. Finding a couple of magical items, as well as a new companion that was kept in a hay-filled crate by the name of X3R0. Taking a zero with you, as well as Lost with his now adorned with captain's attire, headed back to Three Sheets to the Wind, where you found a note that was daggered into the inside of the girls' dorms door that was from Rhapsody, saying that he had to go and take care of an errand, but if you left, he would find you. After conversing with Zero and finding out some other things about where he came from, who he worked with, our son is destroying our house above me. After that, you guys decided to take a short rest and then head straight out rather than wasting another day to make your way to Riverfell, which is the first city available to you in the Cloudburst domain, on your way to the Institute of the Arcane. It's a pretty good summary. But before we get there, Rhapsody.
Yes.
You wake earlier than you had planned. Now, you don't usually sleep in. That discipline from the temple is kind of ingrained into you, and so being able to wake up early is fine, but this is very early, probably 3-4 a.m. You wake up and you roll over to the side because of this light that is catching like the corner of your eye. Like it was the light itself woke you from hitting the your eyelids as you open your eyes towards this red sort of beaming thrumming light. It's coming from the hilt of your dagger.
Oh, wow. I think I would groggily awaken, and noticing it is coming from my hilt, there would be like a moment of ponder of whether or not I should just roll back over and go back to sleep, or actually address it. But all things considered, I think I would be in the mindset to take apart the hilt and see if there's a message inside.
Yes, you slide off the dark red sort of garnet gem on the hilt, and inside is a rolled piece of parchment with a like a scarlet little bit of ribbon tied around it in a bow.
I'll carefully take it out, examine it. Does it look different than how messages normally, I would say, appear?
Yeah, this bit of parchment is a little bit different. It looks mainly like it's been presented in a nicer way more than anything else.
Maybe he is learning. I'll carefully unravel it and see what's inside.
Like pulling on one of the edges of the bow, it quickly slips and undoes in your hand as the paper starts to unroll. You push your thumbs in either side and unfurl in either direction, and you see a very familiar hand of Coram's handwriting that reads, "Hello, darling. I was thinking about the gifts I've given you and wanted to extend a little further. How about you head to the outer north area of the city? You'll see a friend of mine. I'll have something for you. I'm sure it'll be worth your while. Yours, Coram."
I'll sit there for a moment and maybe not fully, but reread the message just so that I get all the major details out of it. Then I'll carefully ravel it back up, put it into the dagger, close the hilt, and then prepare what my normal routine for getting up in the morning, except at this god-awful early set.
Yeah, so you end up getting ready and starting to head out. Are you heading, well, there's two different directions you can go. You can go out the door, or you can go out the window.
The sun hasn't come up yet, has it?
No. Probably about 30 minutes or so by the time you are fully ready for the day. It's probably about 30 minutes till sunup.
Okay. Then through the window, my normal routine in the past of binding my wings has no longer been a thing that I do anymore, so that will definitely dwindle down some time. So I'll open up the window and kind of gauge the weather and head for where I believe north to be.
Excellent. Yeah, so able to almost like cascade down the wall with your sort of monk abilities, jumping up, holding one hand against it and sliding down in your sort of Eastern like slipper like shoes, almost making no sound as you come into contact with the ground below. It is still dark, but you can see that there's this bright red-orange line going out across the horizon, signaling that sunup will be soon. This is about an hour before the rest of the group got up, because they got up for a very early meeting. So in that time, you're able to, from this area, you are able to find the girl's window, and let's say while you are getting ready, write your note. Do you just throw the dagger into the door, or do you go up and in?
I think
This isn't the quorum dagger. This is just a regular.
Yeah,
dagger.
just regular. I think I would throw the dagger to secure the note, potentially even like striking the parchment first before setting it off, knowing that Adeline and Rose would be able to ascertain the message, and then kind of make my way from there.
Yeah. So, sliding the letter onto the dagger, and with a perfectly placed throw, the dagger doesn't waver at all once it sticks in, just and it's there. Knowing that you've left your note for your friends, you start heading into Staffburn Harbor, the city area, heading to the north. The shadows are still heavy right now. With the sort of bead of light that's coming out from the horizon, it's just casting this really long shadows everywhere. But you are able to easily make your way through the city. There is almost no one up at this time. And you find yourself maybe 20 or so minutes later at the northern end of Staffburn Harbor, which kind of looks out onto this like almost like plains, long sort of dried grass that's able to sort of sustain itself in these like hot areas, even though Staffburn is a little bit cooler with the sea breeze. You see a couple of sort of larger rocks around as you look at the city limits, and give me a perception check.
North Foundry. Okay. 17.
17. Okay. Yeah, so as you're looking out, sort of out of the city towards these plain areas, you see nothing. And after a few moments, you start to feel like you've put your faith in someone who hasn't followed through. And as you turn to head back into Staffburn to go back to Three Sheets, you see, again, out the corner of your eye, this little sparkle of red. And you turn your head and you see it. A couple of buildings down an alleyway, just faintly sparkling as the sun is now sort of this orange color. As you look at the horizon, basically half of it is showing. Seems to be glinting off of that sunrise light.
And aside from that, there's still no one around?
No, not at this time.
Okay. I would take my dagger, the Quorum one, and hold it at the sheath and then hold it up to the sun so that just enough lighting catches the ruby portion to show my signal to where that other one is from before stowing the dagger and then kind of making my way there.
Excellent. Yeah. So bouncing the sunlight off of your garnet gem, you see the sparkle that's in the distance dissipates, and then from out of the shadows you see a cloaked figure walking out, hood adorned and over their face, that looks around and pulls back. And you see a familiar face. This is the half-elven well, you guys stop.
Sorry.
You see the half-elven man who initially brought you to Corum, with his sort of long braided black hair, shorter but still pointed ears, and handsome but again like pointed facial features. Walks out and says, "Well, it's been some time, hasn't it?"
Yes, you are quite a bit far away from home, my friend.
"Yes. He must like you."
He must. What makes you think that?
"What I was sent to give you." He reaches into his cloak and pulls out this it's hard to see what it is, but it's presented in this wrapped velvet package with another scarlet bow tied around it.
He sent you to deliver this.
"Yes. Sure, if you open it and we begin to look into it, you'll see why I was sent here with it."
All right. I'll go over and from the extended gift, Rhapsody will carefully take it, kind of like examine the weight of it. Does it feel heavy or?
It's actually very light. Very light. As you have it in your hands, you can feel that it's mainly wrapped in a lot of sort of padding, and that it's probably quite a bit smaller than you had originally thought.
I'll begin the process of unraveling, but not like a kid on Christmas or anything, or the equivalent.
Don't look too interested. Yeah, I got you. Still playing hard to get. Yeah, so you open your gift and roll out the velvet packaging that sort of cushions it, and you see it's this wonderfully ornate silver, almost like a tube with these like filigree details that you remember seeing essences of in the beads and ties in Corum's hair, with this with a garnet, larger garnet on either side of it. The ends look odd, though, that it's not symmetrical on either side. One side's a lot bigger in the opening, and then there's a smaller other side to it, but it doesn't seem to make much sense as you look at it.
So not like easily identifiable. What is this exactly?
It seems that my boss realized that sword at your side means quite a lot.
Yes, it's a family heirloom, as they call it.
Well, since you've been away, he has had this commissioned for you. May I? And he holds out his hand sort of towards your sword.
Rhapsody will pause, but he will carefully unsheath it, and you'll see he holds his father's blade a lot different than normal weapons, even probably Quorum's dagger to a certain degree. But he'll carefully hand it over to him in almost like a ceremonial gesture.
So as he sees you do that, he kind of emulates it, like holding out his hands like on either side for it to be placed upon them. He's handling it very delicately in order to show that same respect that you were showing to the weapon. He takes the gift, turns over the hilt of the sword, slots it on, and twists, which fixes it there. He says, the dagger.
Okay, and he'll hand it over.
He twists the blade back over and fixes it into the other side. So you now have a double-bladed weapon.
That's dangerous for...
He hands it back to you in that same sort of level of respect, but you can see that his hand placing has changed slightly for the weight.
Rhapsody will reach out to grab it and kind of weigh it, hand on hilt of one side, and then kind of like open palmed for the bladed portion, or at least for the scimitar-esque portion. But then quickly maneuver it to see how easy it is to kind of maneuver with both sides kind of being weapons now.
This is the strange thing. First, you attempt to compensate for the assumed weight, but the additional weight in the connecting piece, the gift, makes up for the rest of it. It seems to almost like cut through the air. It's blade. Cut through the air almost better than it did before, because you're able to have this balanced momentum on either side of the blade. It seems great.
This is a very generous gift.
Yes. I should probably show you how to use it as well. So, sometimes when you are in close quarters, if you are fast enough, you're able to get off another shot. And he shows you a trigger mechanism that is hidden within the filigree. And as you, he kind of points off towards like a crate that is just kind of outside, empty crate that's been sort of rotting in the elements for quite a while. Aim it towards that.
The entire thing.
Yes, anywhere on the crate. Yes, I suppose we could do that as well. If you want to throw the whole thing at it.
All right. He'll kind of ponder for a moment and then release the blade in kind of a underhanded momentum for it to sort of hopefully head towards the crate.
That's actually the perfect way to do it. As you go underhand and kind of spin it off, it curves around, slices through one of the panels of the crate, and comes back around almost like a boomerang where you catch it back out of the air. This is a versatile and returning thrown weapon now.
What?
Ooh, that's cool.
That's so cool. Of course, Rhapsody does not show this. You came all this way.
The moment your eyes go wide.
Only when they're turned away from him. You came all this way to give me this gift from Coram.
Well, yes, and I need to teach you how to use it. You see this trigger mechanism underneath?
This one?
Yes. Swipe at the crate with the main blade. Step away and pull the trigger.
All right. He'll kind of go closer to melee range, I'm guessing, or yeah, and then kind of strike down, and at the last moment, activate the trigger mechanism for it by the filigree.
Yeah. So you take a swipe and turn. As you do, you allow your hand to just touch on that trigger, which alarms you initially because there's force from the hilt. The dagger shoots out and sticks into the crate before disappearing and reappearing back on the back of the scimitar.
Okay. I'm impressed. This is unlike any weapon I've ever used before. There has to be a catch or a favor.
This leads me to the last part. Hold your thumb over one of those garnets on the gift.
Either one? Any?
Yes, either thumb.
I meant the garments, but he'll rub his finger along one of the gems.
Yeah, so this is like a beautifully cut garnet, multiple facets leading to this wonderfully untouched, shining main face. As you pull your thumb onto that facet, out of it, this garnet colored light emits almost like in a cone shape, just maybe a foot and a half in height. As you're holding it out in front of you, it starts to take the shape of Coram, which then speaks to you. I see you found your gift. I hope it was worth the journey.
Yes, it was. Thank you. How exactly did you fashion a weapon such as this?
I have a keen eye for certain things. Blades are one of them.
I see. Well, how can I repay you? A gift as generous as this does not come without a deed of some sort.
How to put it? Just don't be a stranger.
All right. But so we're clear, this does not mean I owe you a debt. I'm not lost after all.
You are not in my debt. Just write me more often.
All right. I will.
Be safe.
I will do my best.
No, I'm sure that'll be good enough. And the image withdraws back into the garnet. So, I haven't put this in your D&D Beyond just yet, but this is a +2 short sword. The dagger fits in the back. As long as the dagger is in there, it does have the returning property once thrown. While it is attached, you can use a bonus action after hitting with the scimitar to fire the dagger at a ranged target. So you get your 2 regular attacks, and as a bonus action, you can fire it for a bonus action. Same properties exists. If it hits something, then it will magically return to the hilt of your short sword now. And you get the projection of Corum once per day. So you can FaceTime with him now.
Corum invented FaceTime.
Canon.
It's canon.
And it's all in silver and garnet.
Rhapsody will again carefully sheath the weapon and then look at the elf. So you have a long trip back, I assume?
You could say that.
Did you use teleportation portals, or you just hoofed it?
Don't you worry about that.
Well,
In time,
thank you.
if he sees fit.
There's something there, but I will leave it. Thank you for making this journey.
You're welcome. I hope you live up to his expectations as he pulls his hood up and steps back into the shadows. You can give me an insight check on that one if you want.
I will try. Ooh. I think I have a rogue feature for that.
Oh, you do.
Do I want...
It's like you're discerning fighting. I don't know if it works for...
Well, I'll try... I don't know if it'll work, because I don't know if he's lying. But I'll try ear for deceit.
Okay.
I'll just go with that. But You said insight?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 21.
21.
Wow.
You like sensing, like honing in on his tone and everything. There is no lie present. You get beads of protectiveness, not in a romantic sense, but you feel like those words weren't threatening, but more, I hope he's not wasting his time.
Rhapsody will wait until he's long gone and kind of maybe watch the sunrise a bit more before heading back into the city.
Yeah, just kind of standing, because this the northern area is more sort of uphill, so you're able to sort of look out across the horizon and watch the sunrise a little bit more as you kind of play with your new gift in your hand a little bit, kind of contemplating words that were chosen and said, and how you are going to take your next steps with Coram, whether there is trust there. A couple of hours passes by, and you hear some commotion about halfway through, coming from the dock, which you figure the like the dock workers and ships and things are starting to get set up, and you know how loud they can be, and so that you pay no mind. And so another hour goes by, and you decide to head back into the city, where we will pick up in the girls' room.
I will say that I took the dagger and put it with my things just so that we don't leave it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're waiting until the cover of night for us to leave?
I believe we talked about trying to get out of here. But yes.
I thought we just agreed that we would leave during the day.
You're right. You're right. I was getting confused. We talked through so many options.
We did. So?
It was literally 2 minutes ago.
Zero, you'll find that the minds of us humanoids don't always work efficiently. We forget things.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Yes.
But it's good that we have you around to remember things.
Oh, excellent. I have purpose.
Yes, Zero, you do.
You had purpose before that as well.
I think my purpose before that was sitting in the hay.
Well, I'm sure you...
And
I don't
I'm
think
sure
I
it
know
will
any-
keep shifting
Yes.
to new and exciting things.
Yes. I don't think that we know enough about you, so maybe as we journey, we can learn some more.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Good. I believe I have a cloak in my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it around Zero.
I have an extra set of normal clothes.
You put the cloak on Zero. Okay.
Do we have a disguise kit?
I have an extra set of 5.
Can we put it? Does someone have a disguise kit? Because we can make it a disguise for Zero's face.
Do we have?
Uh,
I have
How-
all I have.
how are you planning on adorning Zero in this cloak?
Maybe I need to see a picture of what he looks like again, because I just was gonna put it on him and clasp it in the front, like you would tie a cloak on the front, and then put the hood on.
No, what you need
His
to do is put a
giant-
head on
his
top of
giant
his head,
spherical
and then put
face.
the hood over it.
His giant spherical body, if you tie it like around, like under his eye and above his mouth, the hood just kind of sits on top and flops down.
Yeah, it's like a snowman. We need to add something on top of his head.
I have an idea, and Adeline will take. Okay, she's gonna take the lantern of revealing and set it on top of his head, and kind of pull the cloak up over his head, and then she'll take the. I have 2 different sets of glasses. I have the eyes of charming and the eyes of minute seeing, and kind of put those over top of it, so just the frames are sticking out. And so it's like the hood over it with just like the frames.
Just as you are adding the frames onto Zero's now makeshift head, that is when Rhapsody will walk in and see this. What you see is Adeline's back placing glasses on something. As she pulls away, seeming very proud of it, you back away and you see this lantern with glasses on top of a sphere. It's still like built, like the shape of him is still there before the cloak kind of comes down. And in between the folds of the cloak, you can see a giant eye with a small mouth underneath it.
I have returned.
What? Rolls!
We were just
Hello,
getting ready
what-
to go.
It's only been a day. So it's like, what's up, Roz?
Yes.
Hi.
What do you have there, Adeline?
Oh, sorry, it's so rude of me. Rolls, this is Zero. Rolls.
You named the lantern?
No, silly. The lantern is just on top of Zero. We found Zero in the boat.
And you see these 2 spindly, sort of brassy arms come out and grab both sides of the cloak and pull them apart and go, "I'm in disguise."
I love him.
Oh, I see. This. I think I've read about these things in a book once, perhaps.
You can give me a history check.
So bad.
You can
Oh,
give
wait,
me
I
a
have
history-
plus 1.
Can we just call? Can't we just call Zero
Or
a
you can give me a
strangely
religion,
formed rotund warforged?
or you can give me a religion check, but the DC would be much higher.
I'm gonna just go with history, because... Yeah, it's a 6!
Sort of posturing yourself, being like, I know history and where things are from, and then you start to take in like its weird, like fleshy mouth with this sort of brass container and things, and then you start to see like these poking out of the shoulders the cloak, like these big sort of spikes coming out of the top, and this may not be what you were thinking it was.
He's not from here, as in like our plane.
Oh. For a second I thought he was one of those things that has like a miniature version of himself inside of himself, and then a miniature version of that one inside of the other, and it just keeps getting smaller. But
You can't just say that thing where and then describe something that never happened, that is so obscure. Like, you can't, that's not like a thing that happens. That would be wild. What are you talking about?
it's a book, Adeline.
Or like a story.
Yes.
I am not a book.
No.
No,
You are
Miro,
not?
no, you're not.
So you
You're a very brave boy.
found Zero?
Yes, he was in a crate.
We did.
Yes, being sent to the academy, or to the institute, and thus we are going to carry through with the delivery.
But maybe not.
Be right, but not.
I mean, we don't know what they're trying to use him for. Apparently he's very handy with mechanical things? He knew exactly what...
I believe he's unique for his kind.
What was that?
I think it was because he malfunctioned. He's a little unique for his kind.
Yeah.
I am unique. I was born flawed.
Right. You see, he's a free thinker. He thinks outside the boundaries of what is standard. He's an idealist, you know? He was shunned by his community and he should be celebrated.
And you've never seen anyone such as him at the institute, have you, Adeline?
No, never. All I know is that this plane that he comes from has a manner of things of his ilk, and you know, if we are able to cross that line to get him back home, all the better. And if we're going to find out how to do that, the place to learn is the institute.
He knew what this was, and I'll pull the gyroscope out of my bag. He says it's a soul engine. And souls of those living go into it when they pass. And correct me if I'm wrong, Zero, but that's what
I will.
runs... Well, good. That's what runs the engine. The
Yes,
energy.
well, it is meant to be running beforehand to then pull the soul into it.
What does it need the soul for again?
It's more of a symbiosis.
Right.
It's more the soul needs it, doesn't it, to carry on?
To be able to carry on and also operate the mechanical attachments.
Like a new body for the soul. But
Yes.
but made of mechanisms.
Yes, but it needs a housing.
Right. So in essence, making the person, the soul, immortal.
As long as the engine is intact, the soul should remain.
Was this developed where you're from, or was this something that was created here?
This was created here.
That sounds like it infringes on the Raven Queen's territory.
Yes, I agree. I have my own feelings about that as well. Souls, they're destined for certain places.
Does a soul belong to the individual, though? Are they owed to their god, or are the people taking advantage of this system simply taking ownership of their own soul?
But what if it's...
Is that so wrong?
What if it's not?
What is the difference between a soul and a soul engine and a lich?
Well, a lich keeps their body, just their undying, right? I mean, but then a soul,
But
in
they're
a soul,
unnaturally extending their life.
right? So, is the extension of life the extension of consciousness or the extension of animation?
It would be argued that using healing magic is also artificially extending life.
I would disagree with that. There has to still be a body to heal.
Yes, which would have perished.
But it's still there, and there's only a certain amount of time where you can actually heal someone back to life.
Yes,
We'll
but if left to its natural end, it would come to that end faster. What is the sentiment? Fate.
And Rose will make a face that no one has ever fucking seen and just kind of scoot back a little bit.
Adeline's beaming.
So you've already been inducted into the fellowship?
I am a fellow.
Oh, it's my turn to tell you what the Fellowship of Fate is. Think of it as we go to places and help situations as a group.
Zero likes helping.
That was very well said.
We've officially rebranded then. With just like...
Are you a fellow as well?
We all are.
Technically, we all are.
Yes?
So that means you're a friend as well?
Yes.
I have 4 times as many friends as I have ever had in one day. This is a good day. He like nods with the lantern still on his head.
Adeline's like ready to catch it.
Should we tie that on with maybe a little bit of rope?
Probably. And she takes her blue scarf and kind of like fashions it around. So now it looks like it's wearing like a 1950s like driving scarf and the glasses.
It's amazing.
Adeline, you do know I have a disguise kit for these types of situations, right?
Why would I know that?
Look at me!
You know what? It's not a hard line to draw from. Just gestures at you.
Yes.
Then by all means step in, but I don't know how you're going to improve upon perfection. And she straightens the glasses.
I was just going to give you more tools
That's
to have at your
a little bit.
disposal.
Please help us though, because we're gonna have to travel some way on the road, and I don't want someone to spot their missing goods or just raise too many questions in general.
Do you, Zero, do you move,
Yes.
by rolling or floating?
Oh,
Oh, he's got legs.
He has legs.
There's legs?
He has legs.
yeah. As he pulls the rest of the cloak away, there's these teeny tiny little spindly brass legs.
Oh! Oh! Quite charming, actually.
That's what happens when you don't do calisthenics every morning. You skip leg day.
Roz will just go over to his little kind of like treasure trove of a disguise kit and open it up, and it'll have like everything, beads and yarn and accents and strings and scarving and all of it. What
That's everything that I
brings you
wouldn't think is
joy,
in a
Zero?
What did you ask, Zero? Sorry.
What brings you joy?
Friends.
What out of this compartment speaks to you?
Oh, that is a less deep version of that question.
Don't
He
want to
starts, like,
contain you, but
Start sifting through the jewels with one finger. But he pulls out some some scarves that have a lot of like gold embroidery work and things, with a sort of like a black sheer scarf with these gold embellishments and things on it. He says, "I like this one."
yeah, by all means. Yes. Perhaps we can maybe secure the lantern so it doesn't wobble as much.
Okay. What would you like to try and do? We'll do a roll rather than role playing the whole thing.
Okay, so we're gonna make it to where he can maneuver and look as much as a little tiny human as possible without falling apart as soon as we exit the room.
Okay. So he's about like 4.5, 5 foot tall, as is. So with are you keeping the lantern as the makeshift head?
Do we have anything else?
Adeline's very proud about that, so
Don't want to rain on her parade.
no. Immediately like, and we take this off now.
Okay.
The lantern can stay.
Holy shit. Okay, give me
D&D, folks.
a sleight of hand,
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
but add your proficiency because you're using your disguise kit.
Just so we know, I'm not a proficient in sleight of hand rogue. I'm not that type.
It's still a dex thing, though. You should be okay.
17.
Okay.
Yep.
Not bad. Yeah. After a little while of trying to like figure out his weird anatomy, you actually discover that he has 2 wings. Very like short wings, not giant angelic ones or anything like that. These very short, stubby wings. One has like a broken kind of joint on it, and it kind of twitches by itself a little bit. But sort of, you are used to binding wings into a shape, and so you use that knowledge to sort of pull them into his form. You're able to extend a little bit the cloak so that it sits around and just his little opening that he kept so he could see through, and get the get the cloak to go far enough down that it's sort of like mid shin on him. So it's just these two little spindly little like shins and feet on the bottom. But you're able to sort of pull that together, and like for the sort of face and things that you put together, it seems like as long as you don't end up in deep conversation with people in the streets where they're able to just take in the whole thing, you may just get away with it.
And is it just a regular cloak?
Yes.
Yes.
One change, Adeline, that I must request.
Yes.
It's gonna reach into his things and come back and swap out the cloak with another the cloak of billowing.
We just kidded this.
There's so many magic items on him, it's stupid.
Okay, yeah. Do you tell him what it does?
Zero, whenever you feel like you want to make a dramatic entrance, you just stand there
all the
proud.
time.
Oh. And imagine your cloak just billowing behind you, and it'll do that.
Wow. Oh, that's
Go
all.
ahead, try it. But yes, it billows dramatically, though. Dramatically.
And secretively, to cover up to obscure and obfuscate any details of your form so that you stay a mystery, an enigma, Zero.
I see. The cloak like billows out in this very like anime way. It does not obscure his form at all. It's like basically like pulled tight around him because he's so wide, but it just kind of like out, almost like the 90s animated Batman like cape in the wind.
Amazing. I think this is flawless.
Yep.
I feel so beautiful. Thank you all.
So beautiful, Zero.
What are friends for?
I don't know, but I enjoy them.
Oh.
Well, you'll find that we're always here for each other.
Zero, you are comfortable with walking over some distance. I'm afraid that that's what's ahead of us. You see, we've made some poor choices in terms of carts and horses in the past, and we find ourselves a bit on foot.
Wait, we came here on a wagon with.
No, we got transported.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. We transported. Right.
Lost has flashbacks to the fireball blowing up.
Yep, I remember now.
Yeah.
I actually just mentally blocked it out.
So when were we thinking of heading towards the Institute?
Now.
Pretty
is
much
probably
now?
good.
No. Yep.
Oh,
let us away, as Zero points up and the cloak billows out behind him.
Oh, it's so good. Good job.
And that's where we're going to take our 10-minute break. Yes. This is so stupid.
D&D.
I love you guys. We'll be right back. We're going to be 10 minutes and we'll be right back to see if the guys have managed to disguise their Modron accomplice. But we'll be right back. And welcome back. So last we left off, you guys, Rhapsody had received his gift from Corum in his new blade accessories. You guys had started to disguise Zero, the Modron, to start taking him with you. And then introduced him to Rhapsody, who then assisted with putting together a somewhat passable disguise for him. So, what would you guys like to do? Are we Zero the hero? Are we heading out? What are we doing?
We're heading.
Get on the road.
Okay. So, heading down the stairs, you do see Big Tez and Balthazar kind of readying the morning behind the bar, getting everything ready, dressing tables, things like that. Oh, good morning again.
Good morning for the first time. Yes, hello. Good morning.
Yes. We heading out?
We are.
You seem to have all your bags packed.
Yes.
Business has taken us away. So, we won't be able to stay.
Yes, I can imagine that it would take you away from this place.
Right.
Who's that?
This is my cousin.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
He's really shy? Why with disadvantage? What?
Because you are all just standing in front of him.
Okay, it's a 17 with disadvantage.
17.
Wow.
I rolled a 19 and a 15 and I have a +2.
Bearing in mind that he's looking at someone with a lamp for a head.
You can't tell. You've disguised it.
Yes, cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Quite. You know, if you are, where are you headed?
I'm not sure we should tell you. Not that we can't trust you, but just in case.
What direction are you headed?
Northeast.
Whatever towards the institute.
Northeast.
That way. Oh, we know we're going towards that way.
Making a stop at a city if it comes into your path?
Yeah.
Probably.
Right. And he just looks at Zero's form. Zero puts up a hand and just waves a little bit. Says, well, then you should probably head in this general direction. And starts to give you directions that is out of the main thoroughfare as much as possible.
Great.
Thank you.
In order to leave. That is the way that I would go if I was showing my cousin around.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. The scenic route is exactly what we were looking for.
Yes.
And we are very appreciative of your hospitality. You were very kind to extend it, and it was rude of us to take more of it than was offered. So for that I am sorry.
This was none of your fault. I know that.
Great, I agree. I was not to say I was fishing for that, but like liability
All right,
wise,
let's pull back a little bit.
Okay.
As he kind of gestures at the mess in his.
I'll reach into my purse and grab out 10 gold and just kind of put it into his hands like this. And hopefully this is enough for the trouble.
It is a start.
I could give you more.
But thank you. I appreciate the gesture.
All right.
Thank you for the tea and the company. It's not often I get time to have tea with people in this particular establishment. So I appreciate that.
Well, we will certainly stop by for another cup if we come this way again.
Yes.
Against better judgment, I would like that.
I see it in your eyes. You're warming to us despite it all. I see it. Chipping away at that little bit of restraint that's saying, no, don't trust these people.
Yes. Keep chipping. Is there anything that I can do for you?
Would it be okay?
No.
Would
Good.
it be okay?
Oh no! Lost is muted!
Would it be okay
Yes.
if we
I
do-
take out my flask and I put it on the counter. If you can so kindly top me off.
You
And-
know, I believe that you, as a group, owe me quite a lot of very expensive and illegal imported alcohol, so gonna take a rain check on that one, dear Losty boy.
I fail to see how that is our fault when the smugglers attacked. You know, it's important. It's not
I
important.
tell
to
you
go-
what, come back to me with some Uzirian wine, and we'll see where we stand.
Mission accepted.
Deal?
Deal. Also, the ship out front, the boat out front in the port where we were not. You know the one.
I'm following.
There's no one in there if you want to check what they've got. That should probably be enough to settle up anything that we still owe you.
Yes.
The whole ship? I'm just looking at Rose like, you know how when you're a kid and you look at your parents and you wonder, are we rich?
I
I'm
have
just looking at Rose like that.
I have no need for a ship.
I wasn't talking about taking an entire ship. I meant any cargo that was left on it might be something that you'd be interested in. You just have to go.
Right. No, I was following that.
Oh,
Yes, I'm not an idiot. What I was going to say was that I will hold the ship. I know that you are asking around for
okay.
transport across the sea. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
That's a great idea.
That is.
I will have to rename it, though.
Yeah, we need to scrub whatever kind of identifying features that it has.
Indeed. What would you like the new ship to be named?
Losteros Bigger
No.
Booty.
No.
I'm
Not
really
that.
good at naming.
Losteros Bigger Booty?
No.
No.
No. I feel like Roz and Rose would be like No.
Definitely not.
Easy to remember.
Boat, I see.
Well, we could. Well,
We could workshop it and,
I'll send you.
send word.
Need to know now. Going to have to paint over the name of the gang ship.
Right.
Right.
The
It's kind of a big old red flag.
The red flag.
Sitting right
No.
out.
The red flag.
Definitely not that.
Definitely would
That
bring
is an awesome
too many.
name. The red flag.
I
I
the
like
red
the red
flag.
flag. That is great.
Only if it has scarlet sails. That's the only way.
It'll fly the Crimson Syndicate.
That's probably not a good idea.
That's probably not the best idea, given all of the smugglers that come through. You
Not a
may
good
come back to no ship.
Right.
I like the red flag though.
I like the red flag.
The red flag. Yes.
What
The
have
red
I done,
flag?
Rose?
No, I feel.
Yes.
Are we
Who
really
doesn't? And it'll be great because we'll be extra stealthy because no one ever sees red flags until it's too late.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
The red flags of fate.
The red flag.
The red flags. All right.
Yes. That's the best name.
I guess it's more of that hiding in plain sight.
Okay. I'll see it done.
We are just the most.
Yep, the most. I will see to it. I don't think that name is taken by anyone else that I know of.
Great.
It's probably safe. Yeah. You might, if you need some help, Garrett might be able to lend a hand with anything. He seemed to be wanting to help us before.
Oh, with the ship. Yes,
Yes.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Okay.
Quite a lot of ship hands around this area.
That is true.
Okay.
I'd noticed that.
Roz will go over and whisper something into his ear.
Do I use my
I was like,
perception?
is she reading my lips?
I am.
Would you have known to cover?
I would probably pull like a rocket raccoon and purposely cover in the wrong direction to where at least Rose could see what I was saying or mouthing.
You can either say it or you can send it to me, and I will push it on to Rose. Depends how secretive you want to be.
It's not too secret. So
Okay.
he'll whisper, if at all possible, when you're redecorating, could you do maybe like some rose petals along the side of the ship for our dear lady there?
Oh, that's what you meant by red flag. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I don't see why not.
Rose hears this and then hears that conversation and she thinks, am I the red flag?
And if you could get any crew to check for leaks or anything, you hate to get 2 months into a voyage and realize the ship is like, I don't know, dependent on its mothership or something terrible like that. Just something real red flag oriented.
You know, Baltazar, if you can keep an eye out for qualified crewmen or crew women, I'm a progressive Sharakai. Yes.
Good.
We
It doesn't
will need
count
to
for
man-
anything if you immediately ask for credit.
I would need at least 10 members.
10. All right.
Yes.
I imagine if you need it, I could drum up a crew, but I will ask around for those who I deem trustworthy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. You're good.
So, this is goodbye, and
Good- Goodbye time.
I own this building,
Right, we're
so
leaving. Goodbye. And I'll
Oh,
just
you're saying
turn
we'll
around.
be the ones who walk away. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Goodbye. I'll turn and walk.
you see Big Tez behind the bar. Go, goodbye.
Bye.
Don't respond because he'll say something back and then we'll respond and it just never ends. We just keep walking.
So we're just ignoring him.
Wave.
You guys leave.
Forced blinders.
You guys walk away, and as you head out the door, you hear, "Did I do something wrong?"
I wave.
No.
I wave.
We'll smile and wave.
Oh, you called it. It's already done. Rose waved, but the rest of you head out. Are you guys heading through the?
The path that he gave us.
Whatever he
Yes,
told us to
the
do, we're
worst.
doing that.
Subtle.
Sticking to the path. All right. Yeah, it doesn't take too long, but I will need
Survival.
I'm gonna say deception, a group deception check.
Yes.
I'm gonna get lucky that. Oh, I am. 21.
21.
Ooh.
21.
16.
Okay.
6.
What?
6.
6.
Oh, I thought you said 16 too. Oh.
3 to 1. 3 to 1. You managed to skirt by most people. There's a couple of people that walking by the streets kind of go like do a double take, and you kind of just like hurry zero through the alleyways and things that you've been pushed through. Eventually coming to the outskirts, not far from where Rhapsody met your half-elven friend, who you still haven't asked for a name for. And the road lies ahead, like a mostly sort of dirt road that leads towards the riverside, that would trek up the riverside to the main bridge that heads over. You guys take one last look at the sun coming out over the top of the harbor, and it's sort of reflecting off of the water. You see what will be the red flag from this sort of hill point position looking out over Staffburn Harbor as you turn and take your leave onto the dirt path. Is there anything you guys want to talk about or anything that you want to do now that you are sort of away from the town?
Now that we're away, Roz would inform them of his little excursion and kind of like show them his new bladed weapon.
It's quite impressive.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, it's pretty cool, but nothing like a spiked chain. But it's rather cool.
Do you have sword envy?
Does not have the range but yeah.
Oh, it has range.
And I look at him in disbelief.
Cool.
Now, Lost, I'm not a shower like that. You'll have to see me in action. You'll never win this battle.
Not sure.
Austin, a thrower, not a shower.
Good.
Well played.
Very good. Well, very good.
So he had a special weapon made just for you?
Well, it's kind of this attachment piece. It goes on my actual father's blade here.
Oh, so thoughtful.
Plus, yes, I didn't think he saw that much detail when we met last.
He must be very perceptive, or just really interested in you.
Well, he's spying on you.
That as well.
Potentially. But I think there's more to him than I've yet to discover.
Who but you want to discover?
Small steps.
Curiosity is key.
I'm rolling an insight on Roz right now.
Okay.
Oh no, what would I do? Okay.
You can roll either. You don't have to say, but you can either roll persuasion or deception.
Cool, they're the same, so it's just what I think it is. Okay. And this is going against Rose?
Yeah, don't feel good, does it?
17?
18.
Oh!
I rolled a 10 and I have a +8.
So Rose would notice that at that comment, Roz is blushing a bit more, like his cheeks get a bit more rosy, but he's doing well to use his like scarves and accoutrements to kind of like conceal it.
I'll see it, like clock it, but not bring attention to it. But it's no.
Jay, you're so good at acting cartoon bashful. Like, where does that come from? That's such a niche skill.
All of my acting is based on cartoons. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Good. Yeah, so I'll have noticed that, but not brought attention to it. Well,
But enough about me. What about all of you?
do you like my hat?
Yes.
We found it in the boat. It just kind of gives me some extra. I have a little bit more magic with it.
Oh.
And tapping into a magic that I don't usually get to tap into. So it's kind of fun.
Is it charisma based?
No.
Oh. Well, it looks lovely.
Thank you.
I will say, and I didn't pick this up last time when Lost was searching all the way through the captain's quarters, but as it took you so long to find what you were looking for, you would have also found about 6,000 gold pieces.
By the way.
Drop that on us.
For our group piggy bank?
It's up to Lost.
Lost has it. Depends what you would have done with it.
Lost has it?
I had
found
it.
it.
That's
It was, yeah, it was in the captain's quarters.
you know what I
And this is only because you went through the wardrobe and took out all the clothes and things, and so searching through there is where it was.
You know, I know myself, and I know that if I held on to it, it would just be drink and brothels. And so I would have given it to Rose for safekeeping.
All of it?
Yes.
Whoa.
Rose, I just. Yeah, it's
So there's two different places you could keep it. So there is the satchel of holding
Yeah.
that Rose has, and there's also the coin purse that
Oh,
Adeline
Oh,
has.
true.
God.
I have an interdimensional coin purse.
We could split it.
But we only know
Yeah,
about.
I pull it out. I pull it out of my,
Adeline has shown it before.
Mm.
Has paid
yeah,
for
she's
things
paid
in
for
front of you
stuff.
before. Yeah.
I pull it out of my secret hiding spot. Down my pants. Guess nobody noticed the second big bulge, but I will hand it over. All the gold for safekeeping. Think that will take care of. I am not lost the debt ridden anymore, I believe.
So
I am
you guys
lost
didn't
with good
notice-
credit.
You guys didn't notice that every other step was like.
Right. I definitely noticed. I say if lost, you're not going to keep any of it. We split like 3 and 3 between me and Adeline. Because if we split or something happens, it's not just me with all the money.
All right.
Yeah, it would be bad for me to hold it too because I am obviously the big bad of the group.
1,000?
The big bad of the group and the obvious target for all the loot.
Dang!
That's true. Plus,
Plus,
You
you're
guys
My
took
new
out a main ship
accoutrements.
that was paid to smuggle things directly to the Institute. Well paid.
Nice.
I mean, those smugglers had a good thing going, and I open up the manifest. We have all the contacts and the routes, and this is where they make money. And if this Fellowship of Fate doesn't work out, it could be a nice,
The red flag rascals.
the red flag rascals. Man, red flag rascal, the triple R. Sounds like a movie name.
Nope.
Flag starts with an F.
That would be the Scooby version. The red
Oh,
rag.
that's RFR. RFR. Bleh. I didn't graduate Shadok High School.
It's okay, Lost.
3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. Oh, okay.
Cool.
Now that the coin is disseminated between you, is there anything you want to discuss before carrying on the journey?
Yes.
Uh,
I just wanted to ask a few questions to Zero. We barely know you. In your home, where you're from, are there, and I may have asked you this before, but I don't remember, so I'm gonna ask it again. I do that sometimes. But are there people like us, or is it just people like you?
How do you mean? People like you?
Like, we're just flesh. And you
Oh.
have mechanics
And flesh.
and flesh, but I didn't want to point it out because I didn't know we don't have mechanics. We both have flesh.
That is a difference.
Right. So are there people where you're from that are just flesh?
How to not people, but there is Primus.
Right.
Primus was one of us, a Modron, at one time. And
he's the one who allowed you to
Ascend.
leave.
Yes,
Right. Or made you leave.
and he ascended to a head position of ours. Not really a god, but top of the order. He is more squishy than me.
But he also has mechanics.
So percentage of flesh we're talking.
Like 50.
Okay.
He is essentially, and kind of like draws a line through you guys, like around your midsection, and then goes up. Like this bit is squishy, but he is much bigger.
Like taller than all of us?
Yes,
Or do you just mean like he's much?
he is not overweight.
No. I mean like he's just a tall being, or he's like giant sized.
He is very big.
Okay.
And then his lower extremities are not there. He has turning cogs beneath him.
Interesting.
That is the closest thing to your type of squishy. Other than that, there's just the order of Modrons.
And if you
I am a 1.
you're a 1?
What?
1.
What does that mean?
It means I am at the bottom.
Oh.
There are bigger Modrons as well. There are 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
And it stops there.
Those are types?
Yes.
And it's like a society, like tiers.
Yeah, well, technically there is a Modron, there are Duodrons and Tridrons and etc.
Oh.
But our ranks are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh. Are there other ones?
Yes,
Okay. But
but
none
not
of them,
like me.
Right, none of them as special as you. Okay. Well, it's very interesting learning about you. Do you remember how exactly Primus sent you away? Did he, like, cause a door to open and you walked through?
Primus did not.
Oh, he just.
It was the man.
That's right.
It was the man.
Right, the man came there and brought you back with him.
Yes.
That man is missing, and that man's name we do not know what it is.
No. I have forgotten. It was a long time ago.
Zero, do you
How long? since you've seen him now?
About 25 years.
It's a long time, okay.
Zero, do you typically forget things? It seems like you have a very good memory.
Yes, although the amount of time that I spent in one position waiting for him to return, I lost a few things.
Okay. It's not like they were taken from you, it's just that you lost.
Not to my knowledge.
I do worry what they're trying to use you for. Well, you're one of us now, so we will keep you safe and not let them harm you.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Except for walking right now. I don't want to be doing that either, but we must.
It is fine. I do not have muscle tissue in my legs, and so I feel nothing.
Oh, good.
How fortunate.
I have been thinking about this rebranding that we're doing.
Right.
And this might be controversial, but it feels like no matter how hard we try to conceal ourselves from our enemies, they always seem to know something about us that we don't want them to. And while those things are kind of out of our control, I'm in the mindset of no longer hiding.
Oh?
I mean, if someone has an issue with me, I would rather them bring it to me directly.
By trying to bury you alive in a cave.
Unsuccessfully.
Right.
Is this a new group stance? Excellent. And he draws his rapier from his arm.
He has a rapier!
Holds it in the air, and the cloak like billows out behind him. The lantern falls off. I am here, and I am proud.
Oh, Zero!
Actually, I agree with everything Roz is saying, but it might be safer for your existence if you keep the cloak on. Just want to say that. We know who you are, and we're proud of you.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I feel like shit.
We'll come to the safe point soon where you don't have to hide. Don't worry. And I do agree that maybe we are coming to a place where we don't have to hide, perhaps, but I don't think the time is now to start. We don't have a base. We don't have a strong backing.
Well, yes, not, guns not coming out in the open sort of thing, more tactical. Putting it in our
Soft
purview.
I
Yes.
see. We have to come out tactically.
Yes, Zero.
On our own terms.
Yes,
Nobody else.
exactly. That was the next sentence I was going to say. You are so smart.
Okay.
I do like the idea of this, Raz, we really have nothing to hide. Although sometimes, especially when we're going into the Institute where there might be lots of people that are after us and trying to hurt us, this might be a good time to actually hide. But, we do have a bit of a reputation of going to places and saving people at this point, and entire cities, kingdoms. We're doing some good things. And with that, that might give a little bit of, if people hear we're coming and they know they're doing wrong, maybe they just leave.
To that point, I know that I had a lot of thoughts about it at the start. I really miss army. Like, fellowship just doesn't, I know we have the alliteration, but it doesn't quite flow. And if we're trying to make our enemies quake, what is more scary than the army that's coming? If we're talking about eventually going on the offensive, which I do think tactfully, we don't have the full picture yet. I think we have to lay low until our business at the Institute is concluded, until we discover the state of things, who is a friend and who is an enemy. And then we'll have a clearer idea of who to come out against and who all is included when we come out against one person. Because right now, say, we know we have an enemy in Gregor. He may be just one head of the Hydra. We don't know what else is there. We don't know who else is along with him. We don't know what threatening him, what allies will come along. We have to discover that to know what we're up against so we can prepare for it when we're ready to go on the offensive.
I agree, but I also do see a significance in using the Fellowship, as it will allow our enemies to underestimate us. And then, when the time comes, an army reveal might be their just desserts.
The Army Fellowship of Fate.
This is becoming a very long.
The Fellowship of Faith Army. :
An army ship. Would that be a navy?
Oh, God.
Okay. Yes, probably. So they allow a lot of the branches to do boat stuff, which is honestly so confusing. I thought they were much more strict.
No.
That's a personal qualm that I have.
I think we have a lot of underutilized talents. Adeline, your quest for knowledge is one of our biggest assets. And lost, your reputation generally precedes itself, but I believe there's a level of skill that comes with it. And Rose, of course, you keep us going in more ways than one. I think it's time for us to really dive deep into our capabilities.
I agree.
Oh, and Zero, of course, I did not mean to just end the sentence like that. You are so valuable, and I have just met you, just today, and I already know that to be a true fact statement.
What do you think is my most valuable quality to the group?
Your honesty.
And innocence.
Hopefully you keep both of those intact.
Agreed.
Well, break the honesty one.
He hangs out with Lost enough.
I still believe that fate brought us to you, Zero. I think that you're going to be instrumental in the days to come. And I'm glad that you're on our side.
I am glad that you found me.
How far are we, like, walking for days? Or is it like a week? Like, what is the?
It's a couple days trek, yeah.
Okay.
So all of this is said on the road. Several hours go by with you guys walking along. As you get closer to the riverside, you can see that this river, which I would say probably Lost would know just because it's a waterway, and Adeline as well, because it's on the edge of the Cloudburst domain, which is where you're from. This is known as the Great Rapine. As you get closer to it, you can see that the water is flowing incredibly quickly. And that is likely why you were advised not to try and take a rowboat upstream. It is almost white water. It's almost rapids. But the road gets closer and closer to the riverside as you guys continue to walk sort of northwards towards the bridge. You guys can give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
18.
18, dirty 20,
21.
21. Adeline?
12.
12. Yeah, 12 doesn't quite get it. Everyone else, you start to hear, before you see anything, this like in the distance that starts to get louder. And it causes you to turn your heads over towards the river. And as you do, you look across at this thing. It looks like a giant duck. As it gets closer, you can see that it is wooden, and it's actually carved. This odd, large structure floating in the water, heading towards you upstream at a fairly decent pace, where it is gaining on you quite quickly.
It's a boat?
As you guys continue to watch, it pulls out across, and the front end of it, being this carved duck, it then has this platform that lays out with like chairs on either side, a couple of rows of them, with what catches your eye as you kind of look across to it is right at the back, this giant water wheel that is just churning water over, and seemingly driving it forwards upstream. As you see that and try to take that in, you look across to the main sort of deck, which is just very, very simple. one floor. You see behind a wheel is a halfling dressed up in what looks like very, very over-the-top captain's uniform. Like, more over-the-top than what Lost is currently wearing. Like, almost cartoon admiral-ish. Like, think Captain Crunch.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reach down and just kind of put my hand on my spike chain on the shackles, the special part of the spike chain with the shackles, and I'm just gonna whisper under my breath something in Elvish, and use the aid spell that I have for my my spike chain. Yeah. So Roz, Rose, and Adeline get a increase on their hit points of 5. Increase the max. Yeah, the 5.
Yeah, these aren't temporary. These are for the next, is it 24 hours?
Yeah, yeah.
The next 24 hours, you have a temporary increase in your hit point maximum.
You
of
feel
5.
like ethereal chains wrapped around your heart, and it feels like a little hug.
I like that. I like that.
Little chain hug.
Yeah, and it's a familiar feeling. It's a familiar feeling from Heliocal during some of the battles, and so you guys recognize what it is.
I recognize it for sure.
As coming up river, you can now see that there is off to the side of the water wheel this odd kind of wide chimney that is kind of curved off, and there's these puffs of steam coming out of the chimney as the wheel is churning the water up. And you hear a voice say, "Ahoy, mateys!"
We're all seeing this, right? I'm not hallucinating.
Is it a giant?
I'm just shaking my head in disapproval. That is the least stealthiest ship I've ever seen. It's just terrible design.
And you watch as he spins the wheel over as the duck starts to drift towards your side of the riverbank. And he pulls up alongside you, pulling a couple of almost like, the levers that you find on steam engine trains, where you grip and then pull them, pulling on a couple of levers, and the speed adjusts to your guys' walking pace. So you guys now walking alongside. He's like, "Hello there, friends."
Hello. Do we
Hello.
know you?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice boat.
Does he have
Thank
a
you.
crew?
Nope. There's no one else on board. It's just him.
Well, that's
Now
right.
that he's that close, you can actually see on one of his epaulets there is a little rubber duck.
You don't happen to ferry travelers across the river, do you?
It's funny you should say that, as he looks back at the rows of empty chairs on the rest of the deck before the sort of engine area in the back. Yes. Do you need a ride?
I mean, it'd be much faster just across here than to go up to the bridge, don't you all think?
Yes.
It depends where you're headed.
I think
To
at
the
this point we're headed to Riverfell.
Well,
you get it
what
farther?
a winky dink. That's where I'm from.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I run a little riverboat business over there.
oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
You
Yeah.
really like ducks?
Yes. They don't sink. It instills people with confidence.
Oh,
Good.
clever.
Sorry,
Okay.
wait, what was your name? Captain.
Idric. Idric Flint Cheeks.
Flint cheeks.
What a name.
Flint.
Flint.
Cheeks.
Flint cheeks.
Flint Cheeks.
Yes.
Captain? Flint Cheeks?
Sure.
Doctor Flint Cheeks? Yeah, whatever.
If you like. I guess any rank is kind of self-appointed at this point.
Aren't they all in some ways if you really get down into it? Anyway.
How much would it cost, Captain?
Oh, me. Yeah. To get to Riverfell,
Yes.
Yes,
I
preferably.
can take you guys for what, like, call it 5 silver each.
Sure.
Done.
Great.
Done. That beats walking. Yes.
Fantastic. And he squeaks 4 times on his rubber ducky. All aboard!
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Is there
I'm
And I'll-
having to maintain sort of some kind of speed as we're going upstream, so I can't stop. So I'll get as close as I can, and then you just got to jump on.
good?
Great.
Okay. Yes.
No, I'm not worried about myself, really, but he kind of like looks over at Zero.
I think we should help him.
How, Zero,
Pick
how
him up.
good are you at jumping? Did he jump like normal?
Just straight up and down.
I think the real question is, Zero, could you jump onto that boat? Or do you need our help?
There, at the current trajectory and speed, given that he is traveling roughly at our walking pace, I should be okay.
Great.
Great. Yes.
Then I
Excited.
immediately look at Adeline.
With our current trajectory of him going our approximate walking speed, I'm a little worried about it, but I'm going to try my best.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, ready when you are.
Sure.
Yes.
I'll go first in case I fall in and you
That's
need to come
probably
in
right.
after me.
You can give me an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Oh,
The
dear.
DC is only 10.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I will guide you because we're all worried about it. So guidance.
This feels like a very
That is
cool-
D4. D4.
D4.
Extra D4.
Well.
Oh my god.
14.
Oh. Okay. You had us going for a bit there.
I was
Lucky,
like,
but it's
like-
lucky you guided me.
Yeah, so you're able to like you take a couple of like stuttered steps and then like one leg after the other you land on the deck. It's only like a couple of feet jump, but there is a little bit of water in between, so
Good job.
Well
Welcome
done,
aboard.
Adeline. Well done.
Thank you.
I'll go next.
cool. Yep, athletics or acrobatics from everyone. Oh, and I should go for.
Don't make that face. Was that for 0?
Come on, what did you get?
So Rose will take off and she will jump and she will see that she's not gonna make it, and you see her wings pop out, and then she jumps over and lands onto the boat. And
rough kind of floor that you're kind of pushing off of kind of gives way a little bit on the riverbank and doesn't project you as far, but instinctively these wings come out and they give you a little bit of lift that glides you back onto.
Softly,
she just did a double jump.
Softly.
That's very fancy.
Yeah, that's embarrassing when that happens.
I rolled a 25, so
25.
Yeah.
How do you want to get on it? I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, I literally do the Man of Steel Superman like power up and like the wind and then super
the
extra.
The rocks
Yeah,
kind of
the
start
rocks.
to levitate around you.
So Rhapsody, you know, I'm not that type of monk rogue. I rolled a 9, but
a 9?
realizing I'm going to like completely fall into the water. I would too like to extend my wings, but I don't know if I would do it as gracefully as Rose did. But yeah, maybe just like glide around.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a deep cut, but do you guys remember a game for the PS2 called Soul Reaver? No? Okay. Oh no.
I think
He's been in that position for a really long time.
Wait,
Oh, there he
are
is.
you
Okay.
back? Are you back? Did we lose you?
Is he back? Oh!
Are you there? Are you good?
And most importantly,
Yes.
have you heard of Soul Reaver?
It's like a vampire game, but he used to suck souls in and stuff. But he had these like tattered wings.
Yes.
There you go. Okay, someone got it. So he had these
There we
tattered
go.
wings
I'm tracking.
that would like come out, and he would just kind of like they would almost be like rags and things that he would like extend out a little bit, and they wouldn't fly, but they would glide. So doing that, not being used to just like panic taking your wings out after binding them for so many years, you kind of throw them out a little bit and just kind of like extend a little bit, that like you managed to gather yourself on the other side.
I'll reach over and be like, nobody saw it.
And I turn back to 0.
Oh no, we let him go last.
I'm ready. I'm going to allow him to try this jump, but I am wings out, prepared to assist.
He extends his hands out to you and says, "Uppies." The cloak of billowing kicks out as he takes off from the riverbank, and his little wings, the little flappy, tiny wings, managed to carry him down onto the deck. He rolled a 20.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Wings.
I told you.
Well done. Better than me.
Never doubt
You are all acting as if you didn't believe that I could do that.
Well, I mean, half of us really didn't do it. We just kind of have backup. So you did great.
Okay.
Yes. 0, you'll find that being like me, naturally athletic and good at jumping and that type of thing, can really make your life easier and just, people just expect you to be graceful all the time. It's a lot of pressure.
I can imagine. You have more muscle tissue on your body than I do.
That is true, I guess, yes.
I'm still here.
Okay. We can do a quick be right back. Sorry, guys.
Please hold. No, you.
Oh wow, it's almost.
Yep, we're gonna.
One sec. I'm all right.
Griffin Co. But for real, Griffin Co. actually does have it's almost Christmas time, so they have Griffin Co. shop, I think is what it is, but you can get a link to it at griffinco.com. They sell Christmas ornaments.
Gifts.
Huh?
Griffin Co. gifts.
Griffin Co. Gifts.com, I assume. They sell Christmas ornaments, and it's not just D&D. They've got Cthulhu ornaments and dice trays. Yeah, it's cool. So they've got that stuff, and then just little gifty things that for your nerdiest friends, koozies that give you it'll have stats on a koozie, so it's giving you minus to intelligence or whatever, and then pencils that are I don't know, more stats, cool shit that's very nerdy. So check that out. We love them, and you get 22% off with Swole 22. I don't know if you get the discount on the gift website. Do you know?
I don't.
Okay.
Anyway.
Either way, check it out.
Yes. So you all land on the riverboat, which Idaric continues to pilot, drive, in this case. So you come around here often?
No.
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 I think this will be my first time to Riverfell.
Yeah, seemed that way from your answer.
Anything you would suggest that we check out while we're there?
Oh gosh. What sort of what do you like to do? What are your general interests? I do a lot with tourism.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's why the novelty duck on the front of the boat. I don't have to have a duck. I choose to.
Choice you've made.
Weird.
Are there sights to see or restaurants to try?
Well, I mean, there's a tall glass tavern.
Okay.
That's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Is there lodging there as well?
Oh, you could inquire in there.
What is Riverfell known for?
Its use of waterways. It's got canals, sort of man-made, gnome-made canals, as well as the use of water wheels in order to power some fun stuff that we've got there. We've got we do a lot with steam power as well. We're very advanced.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
That takes away the art of captaining, though. Captaining
Well, I
is
didn't say I was a captain. You did.
crew.
But what would you call yourself? Piloting this duck boat?
I'm
I thought he
Idaric.
said the tour guide. Huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't really even have to hold on to this much. It kind of does itself. I just kind of guide it a little bit.
Did you build this vessel?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh.
No. Anything to do with the water wheels and things, that all comes from the Cobble Collar family.
Cobble collar?
Cobble Collar.
Cobble collar.
Yeah.
Is that just a family from Riverfell that makes things? Or
Well, they're from Riverfell now, but they came from over in Agarin. Originally, when they came over, what's that? The Sprocket Citadel. That's where they're from.
Ooh.
so
This
in
is
the
like,
New
you
Dawn
know-
Empire?
Yeah. What is now? When they left, it wasn't that, but yeah.
Mm.
Did they have a reason for leaving?
They've not really said anything in particular.
It's just, you know.
I mean, I've never asked, but I only knew them from their grandfather down.
Oh, and they've been here for many generations?
Yeah. In fact, Wilpos, Cobble Collar, that's the grandfather. He's the one that helped enchant all of these water wheels. Helped
He
with
must
steam
be-
power as well.
He must be rather powerful, and wealthy, and renowned, huh?
He's renowned. Doesn't really care for money that much. He's just kind of getting by. Although he is a gnome in his later years, so
I don't think I would know what that means. A gnome.
I don't know what that means.
you say that out loud.
I'll just ask him. What does that mean?
Oh, it means he's like closing in on like 500 years old.
Wow.
Oh! Gosh, that's quite a long time.
Pretty old.
You know, he's in his sunset era.
How long do... And I don't really have a deep knowledge of gnomes, but how long do they typically live?
A deep gnomelage, you could say.
I could, but I didn't. What did...
Touche.
How long do they typically live?
About 500 years.
Oh. So you mean like... Not sun setting, but like... Darkness.
Yeah, it's almost gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
He still kind of makes doodads and things, though, in his spare time.
Fascinating.
Spare time, I feel like... Yep. I'm gonna not touch that.
So someone who's been living for the last 500 years is living and working in the city. Could we talk to him? Does he take visitors?
Well, probably. He runs the sort of inventory.
Inventory.
That's somewhere.
Yeah,
I would
not to be confused with inventory. It's two very different things.
Right.
Mm.
But you can go and visit him when we get there. It's called Steaming Mad Ideations.
Steaming
So-
mad animations.
Are there other flint cheeks in Riverfell?
Oh, yes. Yes. There is Doritz and Rondry. His husband and wife.
Are they your parents?
Why would they be my parents?
They're not
Look,
related.
just because we're small doesn't mean that we all look the same.
Well, you have the last name. Isn't surnames the same for halflings?
Gnome or halflings?
What are you
guy's a-
talking about?
He's a halfling. He's a halfling, yeah.
This guy's a halfling.
He's a halfling, yes.
He's a halfling.
I am a halfling called Ideric Flintcheeks. I'm not one of the.
Well, yes, but I
Oh,
asked about other flint cheeks in Riverfell.
Oh, you did. My ears are terrible. No,
Apparently.
no. I'm the only. I'm the only flint cheek, singular flint cheek within
I think names work that
Riverfell.
way.
Sorry, we were talking about gnomes and things, and I thought you were just extending that conversation.
Oh,
It gets loud with the water wheel.
well, glad we could avoid that confusion. So how did you come to live in Riverfell?
I left from Hinterdale. I didn't want to misspeak. We haven't been there yet. I left from Hinterdale just to explore. You know, lots of us halflings kind of go a wandering.
Alright.
And what have you found in your explorations?
That's a very odd question to ask. Very open-ended.
I mean, just if you ask somebody that question, or somebody asks you that question, then you tell them the most interesting thing.
I have a very specific question.
Okay, I'll take that one first.
Why the ducks?
Because they float. He said that.
Yes.
Ducks float, yeah, and then people feel safe going up and down the Great Rapine, and yeah. So I opened up a little tourism riverboat agency called Duck to
What the
Water.
duck?
Duck to Water riverboats.
That's what I go.
That's
I
very
see.
cute.
Thank you.
Very cute.
Yeah.
I feel somewhat condescended to.
From myself, it's very cute.
No.
Oh,
From me, I get that a lot.
Okay, it's just your general demeanor then.
It's just my general countenance. It makes everyone feel this way. I don't know what's broken in me.
It's RBF.
I see.
right. Have you seen any suspicious or incredibly interesting people headed this way?
Apart from the winged folk that just jumped onto my boat, no, can't really say that much. I mean, there's tons of people that live in Riverfell. The technology and whatnot brings a lot of people to the area, so
Okay.
hard to
and-
say, I guess.
And if we pay you double, could you forget about the fact that you saw the funny winged folk jump onto your boat?
Sure.
Great.
Good. Are you gonna give it to me now, or is that like a later thing?
I mean, we're already on the
Seems like we should make it safely to the shore first.
Yes.
Oh, well, hold on then. And he grabs a couple of levers and like
No, in Riverfell.
the steam starts like pouring out, and you guys like initially like taken back a little bit as it starts to like take off upstream.
Good.
Were we really
So
just
you were
going,
saying
like-
what?
Were we just going walking speed that whole time?
Yes, you were distracting me.
Oh,
Sorry, we'll be quiet.
let's do this next bit in silence then.
Most people are sat in their seats before I accelerate.
Just gonna sit.
Just gonna go and find a seat and sit down. Yeah, I mean they're nice. They're like carved, like polished wood, sort of almost like little bucket seats that you kind of sit into and things, so that you're not kind of thrown around a little bit with the waves and whatnot. It's weird though, right? It's so smooth. This compared to like the water, like the white water that's all around you, and you're going upstream. Like this is like it's bobbing a little bit, but nowhere near as much as you'd think it would be. And
But that doesn't feel like a ship anymore. What's the point of having a ship if you're not feeling the water?
well, it's a duck.
Because they float.
She gets it.
I do. Ducks definitely float.
And after a little while of you guys kind of looking around, as it drifts over to the other side towards the cloudburst domain, you guys can start to see these like clusters of clouds. Adeline, instantly you look across and see home for the first time in a really long time. These clusters of clouds that travel extremely quickly across the landscape before stopping and then just dumping rain down over just a specific area and then stopping and then just carrying on again. This is purely the only place that this happens. This is the cloudburst domain. As you guys head towards these gates, these wooden gates up ahead, and before you see those, you see this giant timber water wheel like rushing over, turning very, very quickly with the current of the river. You start approaching the gates as they open up into this canalway where Idaric kind of steers the duck boat into the canalway and taking you that direction. You guys look across and you see these cobblestone roads on either side. There's the sound of like children playing in the street and people just kind of going about their day, bustling around. You guys can see all of these small chimneys like all across the area from where you're looking at, just kind of like chuffing out these little puffs of steam, and the sound is just broken by this loud beep of like the steam whistle that Idaric like pulls on as he starts to take you in towards the little dockside where you see a little like canvas banner hanging out across the dockside that does say duck to water riverboats. And as you guys land up against the dockway, that's where we're going to end tonight. You guys have made it to Riverfell. You're in the Cloudburst domain and a lot closer to the Institute.
For the first time in 2 years.
Or 2 weeks in game.
2 weeks in game, but 2 years.
2 weeks in game. Has it been 2 weeks in game?
No, it's been a bit longer than
It's
that.
been like
No way.
In 3 weeks.
I mean, yeah, it's not been long over a month though, realistically.
No.
Yeah.
That was fun. Hey guys, thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for the subs, the follows, everything like that. We appreciate you being here for our silly little stories, and appreciate like all of the gifts towards the channel. We're about to release 2 new shows this year. We're releasing the Call of Cthulhu story, The Hollow, Kept, by our very own Ashley, as well as the Die RPG, following off of the graphic novel and comic series that is mastered by Eric. So we're super looking forward to doing those. We got Pirate Board coming up, Spelljammer is on the way, many other things in the pipeline as well. So thank you for all of that. It makes all of this possible. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. We are going to raid our friend Miguel over at the Short Nord.
Our fellow
So
mate.
make sure you stick around here for the raid so you get your bonus 250 channel points to use for more flex points, which I will let you keep.
Thank you.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yay!
I don't usually, but there wasn't really a chance for you to use them, so I don't want people's points to go to waste. So there you go. So stick around for the raid as we go over to the Short Nord. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you for starting your weekend off the right way with the Fables of Gahlia here on the Swole Initiative Network. We will be back on Monday for watching paint dry. And then we're off for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Is that next week? And then the week after that, we're in PAX.
We're PAX.
No,
No,
no, we have Call of Cthulhu.
the Hollow that
Call of
Wednesday.
Cthulhu, that's right. We got Call of Cthulhu starting just before we leave on the 29th.
Yes.
So
It's
make
gonna
sure
be
you're there for episode 1. It's going to be so much fun.
We
All right,
love
guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much again. We love you.
Bye.
Yeah. Have a great weekend.
Nope.